with following the commandments. How do you eat?
How do you what?
How do you eat?
What
What food do you consume?
Okay, the dietary law, right? What do I eat? I eat what the Bible says I do.
Right.
I don't go anything outside of the Bible.
So do you eat flesh? Do you consume blood?
Because I cook my food all the way through. That's what the Bible says.
You can't cook blood, it burns.
My point exactly. You can't eat something you can't cook. You can't eat something you can't really cook. You know what I'm saying? So what that means is we have to follow what the Bible says. Read that. Read Leviticus.
Leviticus chapter 11, verse 2. Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, these are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth.
So God gives us a list of what we can eat and what we can't eat, right? Let's see a few things we can't eat. Come on.
Verse 7.
You said can't? Can't.
Verse 7. And the swine, though he divide the hoof.
So what is the swine? What is that? A pork, right? We can't eat pig, right? Come on.
And be cloven footed. Yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean to you.
So now we identify the pig as unclean. We can't eat pork, right? Because pork comes with a lot of high blood pressure, all this stuff, gout, all this certain stuff, heart disease. Pigs don't even sweat properly. They don't even clean themselves. They eat literally everything.
Right.
So we can't eat something that doesn't clean itself properly, right? Okay, come on.
Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch.
Right, like a pig. We have no reason dealing with a pig because we're not going to eat it. Right? Come on. Go to the fish.
Verse 9. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever hath fins and scales.
So now it's talking about the fish. What we can eat, like fish-wise, seafood-wise, right? Everything that has fins and scales. Come on.
In the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat.
So now, all the fish in the water, seas, and rivers we can eat, but they have to have fins and scales, right? There's certain things we can't eat and certain things we can eat. God makes it very plain in Leviticus 11. You know what I'm saying? Do you have any more questions, sis?
About Leviticus 19.
What about Leviticus 19? What specifically are you talking about, Leviticus 19?
Not consuming the blood.
Not consuming the blood of animals, like eating it raw?
But all I'm saying is the Bible's broke down into many. I just try to take it all into a whole.
Mm-hmm.
Try to take it all into a whole. You guys have a good night, okay?
Wait, can you? I can hear you. Can you repeat your question, please?
I'm just saying about Leviticus 19. It also talks about not eating anything that has flesh upon it.
Okay.
Nothing that consumes, nothing that has blood running through its veins.
All right, sis. Don't go nowhere.
Because what will happen in the end days? They will feed us.
Genesis chapter 9, verse 3. Every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you, even as the green herb have I given you all things.
So now, even the meat that moveth on the earth, right? Like we read Leviticus. Verse what? Come on.
But flesh with the life thereof, which is the blood thereof, shall ye not eat.
Okay, so now we're reading that in Leviticus 11. There's certain things we can eat, like it said in Genesis. Certain things we can eat and certain things we cannot eat. Like you said, the blood and flesh and whatnot. That's what you said, right? Something along those lines. The blood and the flesh. We can eat that, but it's.
Verse 3. Every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you.
So every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you. Of course, it's talking about clean as well. Like, it has to be clean, but you said we can't eat anything with flesh and blood. Well, how can something be moving upon the earth without flesh and blood? So that lets you know that that's not what that means in Leviticus, what it's talking about. But watch this, read.
Even as the green herb have I given you all things.
Read.
But flesh with the life thereof.
But flesh with the life thereof, meaning if you eat it raw, whereas the blood is still there, like you know how the Caucasians, they love to have their rare steak
Right.
with the blood still in it. We can't consume blood, like blood itself. But when you cook it and it's cooked all the way through, it's not bleeding anymore. You good. You all the way good. That's how you know you can still eat the flesh. It says flesh, but not with the life still in it. The life is the blood. Read.
Which is the blood thereof.
Which is the blood thereof. It tells you that the life is the blood. That's what it's speaking about in Leviticus, letting you know it's a law. It's repeating that for them. Like, don't forget, you can't consume blood though. You see what I'm saying? But there's lawful animals we can't eat as long as it's cloven footed, as long as it's true with the cud. That's cows and whatnot. They got flesh, but don't eat it raw. You gonna eat it, but don't eat it with no blood. You gotta cook it all the way through. You see what I'm saying? That's all it's speaking about, sis. So what he was trying to show was that there is lawful flesh that's able to be eaten. Also, you know, I know fish, they don't bleed a whole lot, but there's blood in them as well. But there's plenty of fish that we can consume. You see what I'm saying? You got your fish as long as it have fins and scales. Go back to Leviticus 11:4. As long as it got fins and scales, because a lot of people, they'll get confused and they say, well, if I can't eat shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster, my catfish, what am I gonna eat? Because that's mainly what black people are fed. We've been deceived by the other nations that those are delicacies, but those are garbage. Those are trash. It's about the whole structure that they put out there to confuse and distract our people. We think that it's stuff that we got to desire after. That's garbage. God says you're a princess that has power with God. That you have a dress code, that you have a dietary law. And he don't want you putting garbage in your body.
Right.
You see that? He wants you to dress it. He wants you to cover your body. Right? You see what I'm saying? So that's what we are here to teach our people. So we show them that there's curses in the scriptures that pertain to his chosen people. And those curses, when you go through and identify, that'll show you who you are. Once you know that, then you'll know, hey, whatever it's saying in there about how I should eat, dress, carry myself, deal with my brother, I'm going to do that because I know the book's talking about me. You see what I'm saying, sis? Read.
Leviticus chapter 11, verse 9. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever had fins and scales.
That's some delicious snapper. I love buffalo, tuna, salmon. You see what I'm saying? Delicious fish that you can eat that come out of the water that's got fins and scales. The reason why is because no matter what that fish got going, their digestive system is perfect to where we don't have to worry about taking on what it is they take on. The swine is disgusting, like he was explaining. It sweats. I mean, it doesn't sweat. You know, we release toxins by sweating. That stomach and that digestive system that it has doesn't release those toxins from its body like it does. That's why they're cutting open pork chops and seeing cancer in it. You see what I'm saying?
What club was that at?
Admit that a lot of people don't even realize they.
I've called her. She hasn't responded. I've called her more than a few times.
But the Zulu nation, I'm like, what the hell is this? I know nobody know what I'm talking about. You'll leave me on the island by myself. I don't know what the hell Bishop's talking about. That's what y'all do. Then after class, yeah, I knew what you were talking about. I just don't want to be caught out there. The hell is this? Get on my damn nerves. So read that again, 31.
Go to Deuteronomy 28:15 real quick for the sister. Real quick. I know you was about to slide off, but just real quick. Real quick. Go ahead, read.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass.
Here is some of the most important information you can ever get in your life. Read.
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
The Most High God has chosen people, and if we don't hearken to him, what? Read.
To observe, to do all his commandments.
If we don't do his commandments that we're learning out of this Bible, what's going to happen?
And his statutes, which I command thee this day.
Read.
That all these curses.
Bad things will what?
Shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Next verse.
Verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
So the places where we usually reside, we're cursing those things. We're killing each other. We're going against each other. Black on black crime. We're whoring out our women. Right? Let me ask you a question. That's your child, right? Where's the father?
In a different state.
In a different state. Are y'all together?
No.
You mind if I ask you why? Just not together, right? But let me tell you something. That right there is most likely a part of a whole master plan, right? Of how to keep us all against one another. We're not taught the right things as we grow up. The whole nine, we got different thoughts on our minds, so we go out and we do what we want. It's easy to just give ourselves to somebody. Therefore, sometimes things happen. Miracles are made from that thing, but the whole unit itself is not properly structured.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So those things happen. They happen all over. All of us have somebody in our family that deals that way. But in these other communities, it's not really the same. It happens, but not as often. Because the cards that are played for us, the strikes we have against us, is the recipe for destruction. Us coming from the bottom, not having a whole lot, is a recipe for destruction. When you got to get it like how you live, get it out the mud, that's a recipe for destruction. It's that brings on desperation in a sense. So when you feeling desperate, certain things happen. Like the men in the communities, they got to get it how they live, but the white men don't want to hire them, but they want to take care of their family. So guess what? They're making bad decisions. They become deadbeats bums because they make mistakes to get them put in jail. Then when they get put in jail, they can't take care of their children. Or they're taught by other men that are bums, and they go out and they just slay or lay with any woman they feel the need to, because she's beautiful to the eyes, right? But they didn't take the time to learn the young lady, learn what she was about. Therefore, when they make that miracle, they say, you know, I wasn't ready for this. I'm actually not a man. I'm a child. So I can't deal with a child. And they go and they run and they flee. We are raising up the men of the Lord.
Right.
Therefore, if anybody out here has any child, they take care of it.
Right.
You understand that? We marry our sisters. If we came in here with a so-called girlfriend, we married her.
Right.
Me and my wife were together for 10 plus years before I came into the truth. We didn't get married until I did. Why? Because I had the worldly mindset. My mother, my auntie, my grandma, hey, make an honest woman out of her, young man. What's wrong with you? Y'all got a house, kids, and all that, and you still haven't made an honest woman out of her. Y'all haven't got married yet. Because I was following the ways of the world. But when the Bible says marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled, I got to know that God sees, he honors that thing. Therefore, I had to marry her, get the papers, make it official. You see what I'm saying? Verse 32, read.
Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
We're the only people you know that really has to deal with CPS. Nobody deals with that like we do. They come after us tooth and nail, right? If something happens that they don't like, they could take your child, and there would be nothing that you could do about it. You would have to just deal with it, because we don't even have the backing that we need to fight for these situations. We are cursed. Let's get more specific, because she doesn't have a lot of time.
Have a good night. I'm out.
You heading out already? Let me give you something real quick before you go. Sirach 5 and 7. Before you go, because you learned a little something today, sis. You got to get back to these commandments. You are one of our sisters. That child's got to be taught properly. You got to come into the fold where you have strong men stood up of the Lord that's going to teach you what you need to know. You see that? All right, sis, read.
Sirach chapter 5 verse 7. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord.
Hey, sis, don't make tarrying to turn to the Lord. You don't want to take your time, right? Read.
And put not off from day to day.
Don't tell yourself today. I saw these young brothers with the Bible open in purple and gold yesterday, and I'm thinking about what they said, but really, not really. But you got that flyer. You got a way to contact us. You got the website. You got the phone number. You got the address. So don't put it off, sis, because it's very important. We're in the last days. There's wars going on. Well, the war is about to pop off. The pestilence in the land, COVID-19. Think about it, sis. We're in the midst of prophecy. Don't go nowhere. Read.
For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth.
Read.
For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed.
Because, sis, we all know that, hey, God said himself, he's a great and terrible God. Hey, he brings forth judgment. The wrath of the Lord can come upon you if you don't take care of what you're supposed to take care of and get back to these commandments. You'll be feeling safe and sound with your child at home, and guess what? You could be put to death. The judgment can come upon you, sis. All right? So follow that flyer, call us, get with us. I know you got to go. We'll see you out.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.